So, hi, Jide.
Hi, Osewe.
What does impact mean to you, and what is your impact?
So impact means making a difference to me, and I feel like I impact people by creating jobs, opportunities, and I'm in a place where I'm in a market that is there's a gap. I feel the gap is setting up in the market.
Hi, welcome to this episode of my podcast. Today we have Jide. Jide, do you want to do a brief intro of
Yeah,
yourself?
so my name is not Jide, it's like Jide.
Okay.
So that's the Igbo version. People always
Okay.
confuse me for Yoruba. I'm actually Igbo. It's Jidechukwu for it means hold on to God.
Nice. I was just like, Jide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Jidechukwu. I'm the CEO and founder of Garm Island. So Garm Island is a fast fashion clothing brand based in Nigeria. We started in 2020. So we provide simple, luxury, affordable clothing to Nigerians who feel like they can't really buy from ASOS or buy from Zara or buy from other international companies. We close that gap by doing that. Standing in the middle.
Nice. So, Jide, what do you have a degree in? What did you study in school?
Computer engineering. I studied computer engineering.
So, I would like to have a glimpse into your entrepreneurial journey, how it has been to date.
Okay, so for good context, I'll tell you how we went about. After I left school and everything, I remember during COVID, I had nothing to do, right? I was at home, attending online classes, trying to graduate online. I had the two Ghana must goes of clothes inside because I couldn't take it back to school to sell, right? And there was a friend of mine who does similar business with me, and I went to him. I said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to school anymore because we might graduate online. Like, I mean, physically go to school anymore. We just might graduate online.
True.
And I have 2 Ghana must goes filled with clothes. I don't know what to do with it. Do you want to buy it off me? And he said, yeah, sure. Why not? How much am I going to sell it? I think then I was selling a t-shirt for like 5K.
Wow. How much do you take it?
No. So I was selling t-shirt for like 5K. They were thrifted, by the way.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I'll give you 4K per t-shirt and he'll take everything.
Like wholesale price?
Yeah, he'll take everything. T-shirts and tracks. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll think about it. I'll let you know by tomorrow. When I went home, I remember my mom was in the kitchen and I told her about it. She said, why would I do that? And don't get me wrong, like, every Christian parent will always try to give you some sort of thing from the Bible. And I appreciate it. It's not a bad thing. I love it so much. So she said, God has given you a talent. Do you want to be like the man who buries his talent?
Or sold his own as well.
Or sold his own?
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and she was like, you need to multiply it. However you need to do it, just do it. He has given it to you. He's not going to give you something you can't handle.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought about it and I said, okay, you know what? I won't sell it anymore. So I went to him the next day and I told him,
sorry,
I'm not selling. That's fine with sell it. Don't care how, but I'm going to do it. I opened up Instagram and I started posting on Instagram because I heard about, people sell stuff on Instagram. It was as far as then. There weren't that many Instagram stores. Just a few for men.
Yeah. Even till now, like when I think about an Instagram store or a store that sells clothes for men, it's Garm Island I think about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, there are a lot, but the thing is, you think about us because we're constantly in your face.
And you have good quality. Like once you buy,
yeah,
I'm
true.
like, yeah, I want to buy again.
And we have good quality. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you guys hear that too. So, so I started posting on Instagram. No one was coming until one very day. I just saw a message from one guy. He said he wants this t-shirt and this t-shirt. But 2. I actually have a tweet about it as well that blew up recently. So he said he wanted these 2 items. I'd never shipped out of Lagos before. He was saying it was in Ibadan. I was like, man, how am I going to do this? I packed up everything. I put it together. I called my aunt because my aunt was working in GEO back then. She said, okay, you know what? I can help you with that. It costs this. I told the customer how much it costs. She sent it. Paid. He paid. Like, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a company account, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just my name. And he received it and he was like, good, thanks. And that was just the start of everything. And from then on, I discovered Instagram ads. Then it was just like a still picture. You put it up. And once you start promoting it, it didn't really cost so much for promotion because now the cost of running ads is a lot of money. It didn't really cost so much. Maybe you put like 2K or something. A lot of people liking your post, following you, texting, and also they were cheap. It was thrift. You just make it look nice. How we even used to take pictures was we'll take the item. I'll get a towel, a white towel, just to give the illusion of a white background.
Yeah, like a
Put
clean
the
background.
item on it outside and trying to snap it on the floor. And flies are coming, perching. You're chasing away flies outside, trying to get the perfect shot. Do you understand what I'm saying? People seeing me will be like, how's this guy doing? He's going through all this stress for how much? Do you understand? But like, I loved it. I love that early stage in the business where you're trying to grow something. You're seeing it as a seed, right? How you take care of your seedling, you water it, all of that stuff. And that was exactly what I was doing. And obviously it's during COVID, yeah. And the thing about thrift is when you go to a thrift store, in thrift market, you cannot buy everything in one day because all the good ones, you won't find all the good ones in one day. So the market was open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I would be on the road inside bus while attending online classes.
What?
I'm telling you. Inside bus going to Yaba, attending online classes. I'll be inside the market when they're doing online quizzes. I'm telling you, I kid you not. Went to Yaba, went to Dulu, went to Katangwa, went Lagos Island. I don't know the market I didn't go to. I went to all these markets. Someone look at me and be like, oh, Ajebo, no. I went to the market and I went Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Wow.
Those were the days the markets were open because of COVID. And things started getting better. We eventually went back to school. I remember when we were going back to school, I went to school with some of the Ghana Mosgos I had, and I had to close down my Instagram page. I just put a poster saying, we're restocking. We'll get back to you soon. And obviously, like, I remember one person leaving a comment saying, how long will this guy restock for? Shit, that you Nigeria he restock for. And I just laughed because it was very funny. He didn't know I was writing exams in school. So by the time I go back home, that's when I started my NYC. I had to go to camp. And I go back home. I needed to find a place for my NYC. I eventually got a place in a cybersecurity company. I went for the interview. The guy was like, how long have you worked? How old are you that you've worked in all these places before?
Yeah.
And
where had you worked?
I'd worked in MTN, I'd worked in Shell, I'd worked in Sidmark, I'd worked in can't remember the last one right now, but about 4 different places.
Oh, you have a degree in something technical?
So yeah, I did. If I have a certification with fiber optics. I have one in certified ethical. As a certified ethical hacker, CEH.
Yeah.
So like it was when I was in school, I was doing these certifications.
Yeah.
So it could also help me because I saw myself as a 9-to-5 person. Like anyone sees me today says, I was always in library. Like I was always reading. Like if you knew me, I was always in PG library reading.
Reading.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I saw myself as a 9-to-5 person. So I got the job at a cybersecurity company and I worked there for 3 weeks. The week before I got paid salary was the day I quit. I didn't plan to quit. I didn't say, oh, this is my plan to quit. One morning, it took me one morning to wake up, make up my mind, write my resignation letter and quit. Because I said, if I give myself time to think about it,
you won't do
I wasn't going to do it. The second I felt what I felt like that was the point I needed to do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And I did it. And the next morning, I remember because my alarm goes off in the morning and my alarm went off. And when it went off, I woke up in the morning realizing that I didn't have a job and I didn't have anything to do. And how am I going to sort myself for NYC? All in all being that down the fast track, I eventually finished my NYC. I got posted to my aunt's company where she did logistics. So I mean, it's good. I'm also bringing her good business because
Yeah.
I was trying to sell stuff. She was shipping it. So I worked with her. She always gave me clearance and all that stuff. As a client and also a staff.
Yeah.
So as time went on, I got my first office in Ajawa Estate. It's not too far from where I live. My first office. We had a problem with the landlady, so we had to move to another office. Right, that's where we currently have our fulfillment center in Ajawa. I don't know if you've been there, but you should actually check it out too. We have a warehouse there. We have a mini manufacturing plant for screen printing. A friend and I, Jide, we both have it together. And the growth has just been insane. It's been good. I really thank God for that. I had my first staff while I was still in my selling from like my dad's living room. I had the second person before we even moved to our first office, got our first bike, all the things being bootstrapped, because what are you going to tell, oh yeah, give me this amount of money, and
Yeah.
in that small age, nobody was going to listen to me back then. And as time went on, we have to the glory of God, we have our walk-in store in Lekki now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has been the journey so far. We've had a lot of staff coming and go out. We've had a lot of items coming and go out. We've had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of orders and customers. And I'm grateful. All in all, I'm grateful. I want to see it to the end and hope even continues even after me. So, yeah.
So I know you said that you woke up one morning and you quit. Were you not scared? Like, were you not scared? Were you not like, oh, what would I do if it doesn't work? If this doesn't work out, what would I do if things don't go as I wish they go? Yeah.
And the thing about spontaneity is, at that moment, yeah, you're only worried about how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And the second you let that fear creep in of what if it doesn't work? What if it's and that brings me back to what I said about having to know if you could deal with the problems of the business.
Yeah.
Right. That morning I woke up, I asked myself, do I want to do this? And another reason that prompted me to want to do it was my dad was in the bank for 29 years.
Yeah.
Towards the ending of his time in the bank, he wasn't particularly enjoying it. Right? I mean, yeah, it was good money, but like, was he particularly enjoying it? And I said to myself, do I want to do this for 29 years? Do I want to be accountable to someone else in terms of time, in terms of vision, in terms of all those kind of things? Because what I am is I'm building another man's vision by working for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I asked myself all these questions, and before I could say the fear or think about the fear, I've done it.
Yeah.
Like I did everything. I drove to work in that same morning. 2 copies, one to the secretary, one for myself.
Why did you keep a copy?
So I can always look back and remember, but unfortunately right now today I don't even know where the copy is. But
Yeah.
I remember that if I check my laptop, I'm sure I can still find the document.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll find it and I'll probably send it to you. So you got it as a clip. But that was just it.
Yeah.
So the fear is always going to be there. It's always a feeling, right? But fear doesn't. It's most likely going to dictate where you're going to be. Truth is, if I ended up quitting, I was young, I had nothing to lose. Me having the job, I had nothing to lose, man.
Yeah.
Even if I lost that job that day, I had enough time to bounce back and find something else.
That's something that is always hard for people to realize, right? Because you're like, you're actually young. This is how to take risks, to do things, to know if something will actually work out or not.
Yeah, that's the truth. You're young. Look, if you're young, if you have no responsibilities yet, you're still living there's no hurry to leave your parents' house. Yeah. There's no hurry to do any of those things. Whatever you want to do, the fear of, what if it doesn't work out is going to be there, but you have time. Yeah. You do have time.
I agree.
Yeah. That's if you're young, As if you're young.
I mean, even if what's old, like age is just a number, right?
No, guaranteed. If I was wearing like 35, I'll just be like, what am I thinking? Am I crazy?
Yeah, you'd have said you're 9 to 5.
And I said it for 9 to 5 because, I mean, I wouldn't want to risk that because then people just look at me like, bro. Because then, I mean, I can still rely on my parents, ask them for pocket money. I was on like 22 or so, or 21. I asked them for pocket money, do all of that stuff,
Yeah.
But that's why I think I was prompted to, take that risk and it paid off. If I failed, I would have probably thought of something else.
So what of, because you said that obviously you had support from your parents, so what of someone that kind of finds himself in that situation, right, and doesn't have or doesn't feel like they have as much support, right? They don't know who they can call for like pocket money or when they're stuck.
Oh, like support for them in building the business?
Yeah.
Oh, no, my parents didn't give me a dime to build the business.
No, I'm even saying, so you know how you were like, you can stay, you have your parents you can call for pocket money. What of people that don't have that support?
If you feel like, I mean, I didn't need a lot to start.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't need a lot to start. So what kept me going was consistency and that drive of where I envisioned the business to get to. Because some people have an idea, but they don't have the vision of where they know that idea to get to, or they want that idea to get to.
Yeah.
Every day I woke up here, I think I still have a note on my phone saying, "Oh, Jide, you're going to be successful." I have it like I wrote myself something and I read it. I read it from time to time, right? And you have to have an idea of where you want that business to get to. That's what keeps you consistent. That's what keeps you that gets the fire burning. Yeah, strike the pot while it's hot. That kind of thing. So every time you wake up, this is what you're doing today. This is what you're doing. Small steps, little drops make
a mighty ocean.
Exactly. So you have to take when you leave your house, your headline only takes you as far as you could get before you get to your destination. So that was it basically. So I used 30K to start my business that is worth whatever it is today. And so I think even if it means borrowing, I've heard about stories of people starting with nothing. They borrow that money because of their drive and whatever, they tend to make it.
Pay back what you borrow.
Yeah, pay back. Pay back what you borrow and more sometimes. Yeah. So I would say that don't just, if you know you have the money to start, don't be too afraid to do that. Don't be too afraid to talk down on yourself that, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Today in the business, if I come up with an idea, I'll still ask myself, what if it doesn't work? But I'm never going to know until I try, no?
I agree.
Exactly. If I don't try, I lose. If I try, I lose. So at the end of the day, the chances are if I don't try, 100% of time I've lost. If I do try 50%, I have a 50% chance of winning.
A better chance, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
How does Garm Island keep, your community engaged apart from selling clothing that you already do clothing and the, wares that you already sell? How do you keep your community engaged?
Yes, so this year actually, that's a very good question. This year actually, so we started to do something called Wine and Jazz. We partner with a restaurant because it's not just about clothing; it's also about building a community.
Yeah.
We started something called Wine and Jazz where we could have people come in to the restaurants, have unlimited wine, enjoy good jazz music at a good price. Right. At that point, it helps bring a community together of people who like a certain thing. That's not where it stops. We're also looking at doing things like run clubs with our sporting section, where it helps promote good health. Because a lot of people, a lot of us here, we eat a lot of processed food. Do you understand? We don't really take our health that seriously. So we're starting a run club, which allows people to train their heart as well. So it's also a community thing. So we're looking at different sectors in the Nigerian economy where we can come in to the community and also help. So maybe we could go through the restaurant side, we go through the hospitality, we go through health and wellness, you get all those kind of things. So that's very big in the plans. As of now, we've only shipped the restaurant one. So we're looking at other.
So that's interesting because you're looking at not just, having a fashion empire, right? Yeah. You're looking at creating a community as well. Mm-hmm. So creating a community of, say, vibrant young people coming together to we were in restaurants like the wine and jazz, also the clubs, obviously, right? Because I know there's a lot of exclusive clubs already, but they're so expensive. Like like Miko them. So where do you see? Obviously, you just spoke about you creating a community and that being your kind of long-term plan. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other long-term plans for Garm Island?
Yes, Garm Island. I'm looking at Africa. So I'm looking at getting into other parts of Africa, like South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Ethiopia. So like other African countries, I feel like they need to really experience, because there's a very huge gap in fashion industry in Africa.
I agree.
Yeah, we're mainly influenced by the Western world, and I feel like for the kind of things we like to wear, or based on how our seasons are, some stuff like that. Because in winter, you realize that you can't really shop from Zara, because mainly what they're pushing out is a winter collection. You understand? But we need an African brand who caters to all of that all year round. You could go there, you could see new styles, new collections, all of that. So we're going into the African market and we're pushing hard with that.
Nice. So are you going to, very random question, are you going to put a touch of Nigeria as you're going into other African markets?
Yeah, for sure. I'm Nigerian, born and bred here.
Yeah.
So definitely I would obviously carry my homeland with me wherever I'm going to, put it on my back. Yeah.
Nice. So what is your, very random question as well, what is your favorite luxury brand, Nigerian luxury brand, apart from Garm Island, obviously?
No, I can't say that. That's free advertising for them. Okay, I'll say my sister's own. It's not a clothing brand, where it's all trifecta. That's her perfume oil.
Okay.
Yeah, she sells perfume oil, so all trifecta. Yeah, 500 child too. That's where I eat from. So that's a food, whether it's a brand or food, Fair. Yeah, 500 child too.
How do you feel when you go around and you see people wearing your brand? How do you actually feel?
It's overwhelming, actually. I don't get tired of the feeling, right? It's something that every day when I wake up and I do see it, I never dreamt that a day like this would come. So guaranteed is very much overwhelming. I went to Rema's concert in December and I saw a lot of people wearing our stuff, and I was like, wow, we actually did make an impact.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. I don't have the words to describe it, just the feelings.
So what would you say, obviously, because you've gone through that, what would you say to someone that is trying to start something now, maybe in person's 9 to 5, thinking about, should I quit? If I quit, will this thing be successful? What would you say to that person?
I would tell the person, so one thing that prompted me to always want to go into what I'm doing or to quit was, I asked myself this question, when the problems of this business come, am I okay solving it? How do I feel about solving it? Is it something that I just threw under the bus and I'm just like, please, I can't do it, I'll just leave everything? Or am I taking it head on and am I serious about wanting to do it? Because business is bliss, right? When the good times come, you're happy. But when you know you're really in business is when the problems come. How are you going to solve it? Is it something you can do? Right? You ask yourself that question. Yeah, the money is good. Everybody talks about going into real estate. But when push comes to shove and you have to, build that house or deliver that house in so time, or do this, or under pressure, the artisans are not doing what they need to do. Are you willing to do that? Can you do that? That's what you ask yourself. Yeah, the good money is there. You sell a house 120 million, 200 million, 300 million. When those problems come, are you willing to do that? Do you think you can solve it? So yeah.
Nice. No, that was actually nice, because that's a question I'm going to ask myself as well. Yeah, okay, so do you want to do like your store or something?
So yeah, my tags. That's our website, yeah. Go to the website, www.garmisland.com. You can walk into our store at 28B Onikepo at Conde Street, Lekki Phase 1, off Admiralty Way. You can also go to our mainland fulfillment center at 7B Onikepo DB Street at Jawa Estate, or hit us up on email at admin@garmisland.com. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Everything.
Maybe I should give my own phone number. You guys can call me at
So yeah, thank you for watching this episode. This was a really nice episode. Everything that Jide just said will be down in the description below. And don't forget to follow our social media pages and subscribe to stay updated. Bye.